Many of us take our homes for granted, but for some Springfield youth, every day is a struggle to find shelter. The journey of a homeless youth in Springfield starts at the Rare Breed, where they can receive resources such as food and clothing.
The first question that we ask is, how did you find out about the Rare Breed? From there, they 9 times out of 10 will say, I was talking to my friend last night because I didn't have a place to stay, or I was talking to my counselor today because my jeans have holes in them, or I only have one pair of shoes and they're falling apart. So we can then meet their basic needs here, such as food, refer them to shelter, get them clothes, all those kinds of items.
According to the National Child Traumatic Stress Network, there are more than 1.3 million homeless youth each year in the United States. Last month at the Rare Breed, there were an average of 80 youth a night, and this number continues to increase.
So we've seen an exponential increase in our numbers over the last few years. I've been here for almost 7 years, and for the first 5 of that, we were consistently seeing 45 youth a night, roughly. Last year we saw a jump to 62 youth a night, and then this year, specifically with the last few months, we've been seeing an average of over 80 a night.
Many wonder how these youth end up on the street. Though each of their experiences are unique, most have tragic pasts that have contributed to their homelessness.
I had been homeless recently and I got kicked out of my house and I ended up couch surfing from friend to friend's house. I ended up going into the Breed and it took him only 3 days to help me out. The hardest thing I've gone through was when I lost my mom, and then a year and a half later I lost my grandpa. So the 2 important people in my life, they were gone. I never really got to know my mom. The last time she saw me, I was 3. And when I saw her again, she was in a casket. She had been killed in a car accident.
My mom and my dad had a kid on accident. Like, that was me. And my mom ran a meth lab. And when I was born, I was moved into this house that had the meth lab in it. And so I was raised around all these chemicals, and I had to watch all these people decaying, and it's pretty tragic. And my little sister got born when I was 3, and nobody would take care of her, so by the time I was 4 years old, I was taking care of my little sister.
The hardest thing I've been through in my life, basically losing my mama. That's been basically everything, ever since I lost her, I had to deal with, being homeless. I had to deal with finding a job.
I had an abusive father. When I was 14, he ended up kicking me out because I tried very hard to let people know who he really was, but him being a pastor was on his side a little bit more, and no one really believed me. They just thought that I was the stepdaughter that, thought that he was trying to take my dad's place.
The word homelessness brings about a lot of misconceptions, and the negative connotations and stigmas associated cling to these teens, making it difficult for them to improve their lives.
Food is not always the only thing homeless people need. When people look at somebody and they say, well, why are you asking me for money? And then they say, it's for food. That's what will trigger people's emotions most. But the last time I actually asked somebody for money was because I had to fill a prescription because I had pneumonia. And nobody's going to like that, because if you sit there and say, yeah, I have to fill some medicine prescriptions, and you explain to them you have pneumonia, it doesn't matter, because they're automatically going to think drugs.
Just because we're homeless and we don't have anywhere to stay and we have to go to people to get help doesn't mean that we're immediately asking you for help. We're just asking that you show a little bit of, not sympathy, but not like we're dirt. Just because we're homeless doesn't mean we're a bad person. We have a heart too.
But there is an organization providing help and hope. The Rare Breed operates in downtown Springfield and supports homeless teens.
We take volunteers in many forms down here at the drop-in center. We take adult volunteers to come in and just build relationships with the youth to get to know what their needs are. Like I was saying, meet them at the door, let them know that somebody cares about them. Volunteer groups can come down and provide a hot meal for the kids, because this might be the only hot meal they get throughout the day. You can come in and tutor another youth your age to take their GED test or take a test for their high school class the next day, as well as just building that relationship with them and let them know that not everyone in the world judges them, and that they are cared for, and that they really do matter.
While the Rare Breed is helping homeless teens every day, there are limitations to what they can do. They rely on a $100,000 yearly government grant to assist an average of 80 youth a night. November is National Homeless Youth Awareness Month, and there are specific needs that you can help fill. For more information, contact rarebreed@thekitcheninc.org.